Now, you remember that last month, SABC COO Ntate Hlaudi Motsweneng announced that the implementation of the SABC's 90% local content policy. Now, of course, for musicians, this was a move in the right direction, as it offers more opportunity for local artists to find their way to get their music onto the radio airways. Now, the question for many of them is now how to actually do that. And we got joining us in studio this morning, Good Hope FM's hype presenters Dan Corder and Sherlin Barends, and they've taken the opportunity to establish the Finding the Hype campaign to help more South African musicians get their music onto radio, and something that we were very, very delighted to have you guys announce for the very first time on the show.
I know we took you by surprise.
Absolutely.
Because nobody knew, and then I was like, oh, Katlejo, could I please just make something casual, you know, for the whole country?
Yeah.
And then we got over 1,000 emails in 10 hours, and we are over 4,000 emails now with 6,000 MP3s, which we tried to reduce to the most talented and most extraordinary. And last week, Thursday, we debuted our first 2 brand new artists, and people lost their minds.
Is it a bit like having your own South Africa's Got Talent that you're running through the music?
Personally, Sam and Carl sitting right here.
Exactly, to imagine. Listen, but tell me about the idea behind the Finding the Hype campaign and why you decided that you're going to do this.
I just want to say that this is Dan's brainchild. When people ask me what I love about him, is his radio brain.
Yeah.
So just before the Expresso interview, the night before, Dan called me and he says, I have this idea.
Yeah.
It wasn't just before. It wasn't like just, but it was.
So that call, I couldn't sleep that night because I knew this would be big. And obviously the next morning we debuted the idea on TV. And it was just amazing because what we've realized is that the same people making music today are around about the same people who made music 5 years ago. And we love them, they're amazing.
Yeah.
But the industry isn't as accessible as we would like it to be. So Finding the Hype is a platform that exposes brand new talent. And wow, there are so many talented people in South Africa.
Open up the industry right there, happening,
yes.
right? So tell me exactly how it works. I'm sure there's many young talented musicians out there that really do want to get their music out there and they want to be part of Finding the Hype. How do you go about submitting your music and making sure that you give yourself the best chance possible?
All right, so it's very straightforward. Good Hope FM has hundreds of thousands of listeners, part of the SABC stable, so we have an enormous network of different artists and radio stations that we're all interconnected with, and it is literally the simplest thing you can imagine. If you think you are sitting on the hottest song in the history of South African music, and it's just sitting on your iPhone or whatever.
You were just flowing there.
You are just freestyling like Flex the Chom Yum, you've got Ifani pumping in the background. If you think that you have that song, all you need to do is attach it as an MP3 and send it to dan@findingthehype.com. Then if we like it, we will help you mix and master it, get it ready for radio, have it registered legally, play it on our show, have it debuted on our show, play listed on Good Hope FM, distributed amongst artists and other radio stations in the country, and personally interview you as we did with 2 extraordinary artists, our first 2 last week Thursday.
And what has the response been like from listeners who have now heard this new music? What are they saying?
Oh my goodness. Can I just say, firstly, seeing the reaction from the artist. Because they get to listen to their song for the first time on radio. So just seeing that, I was sitting there in awe, just looking at their faces lighting up. And then secondly, Twitter, Facebook, exploding.
Wow.
People saying, put this on the Hot 30, we want this charting. So I can't wait to go to a club in Cape Town and hear one of these tracks, because that is the quality we are talking about.
All I'm saying is you will know what Carmelita and Let It Be Easy means in like 3 days, just. If you go to a club on Friday, life-changing.
Are you guys getting like your 10%? You're signing a contract, right?
I'm not lying. I was like, Hype Records, record label, record mogul, Dan's Got Talent. It was all just flowing in my mind on that night last time we were here.
And this all evolving so beautifully as you celebrate your first year anniversary on radio. Congratulations.
So I last year, June 6th, that's why I'm wearing my birthday suit. I don't usually dress like this, as you know. One of my 2 birthday suits. But a year ago, yesterday, was my first ever commercial professional radio broadcast on Good Hope, and I was terrible. The first link.
Thank goodness you recovered. Listen, guys, thank you very, very much. Congratulations for the campaign, and may it bring much success to our passionate musicians and artists out there. So, in fact, if you are a hungry artist wanting to hear your hard work on the radio, then why not send your track as an MP3 via email to dan@findingthehype.com.
Thank you, Expresso.
Thank you. All right. Gee, when are you dropping your single, dog? Come on.